Hi, I'm Chrissy, a customer success manager here at Healthie, and this class is packages and payments. So for today, I'm going to walk you through how to create your packages, and we'll also walk through the payments tab so you can see how you can charge your clients. So first, let's go through the payments tab. So in the left-hand side under billing, you click payments. So here you would see all of the payments that you've received from all of your clients. The status here lets you know that the payment was successfully received. If you see a red exclamation point, that means that the payment has not been received. The column here, you can see the date, who it was paid by, who the provider is, the invoice ID, if it was an invoice that was sent, the description of the payment, how it was paid, and the amount. This little stopwatch looking icon means that this is a recurring payment. If you click on the three dots here, you have an option to export to super bills, send a receipt to the client, download the receipt, print it. Maybe the client is right in front of you. If it is a recurring payment, this is where you would go to pause that automatic payment. Here you can change the payment date. If you need to stop the recurring payment altogether, you can do that here. And here you can edit the payment or delete it altogether. You only have the option to edit the payment if it's an invoice or an outside payment that was recorded. Under the Invoices tab here, you can see all of the different invoices that you've sent to your client. Here you'll see if a payment was received or not for that invoice. So you can see here that a payment has not been received. If maybe the client is in front of you and they gave you cash, or maybe they sent you a check, you can always click the three dots here and record an outside payment. So here I can have the invoice, the amount that they're paying me, how they're paying me, any additional notes, and once I record the payment, it will change to paid. Under this transfers tab is where you can see all of the different funds that you've received and where they currently are at in the process of being transferred from Healthie to your bank account. And here you can see any card issues. So if the client is having a credit card coming up soon that's expiring, you'd be able to see that information here. Here you have the option to change your bank account on file. If you wanted to charge your client, you can do that from here. You would select the client that has the credit card on file, who the provider is. If you're working in a multi-provider practice, you'd be able to see different providers' names besides yourself. The charge reason, so maybe it's for a follow-up appointment, a late fee, whatever it is, you have to specify a charge reason, the payment date, and the amount that they owe. Once you press charge client, it will charge the credit card on file that the client has. Otherwise, if you're specifying a date in the future, then it will charge the credit card that they have on file at that specific date. Here you have the option for an outside payment. So if someone paid you cash or check or Venmo, Zelle, something like that, you can record an outside payment. You would select the date and the time, who the client is, who the provider is, the amount that they paid, the payment type, and any additional notes. And here you can create an invoice. So the difference between creating an invoice and charging a client is if you charge the client, it will charge the credit card on file. If you create an invoice, it is requesting payment from the client. So you would select the invoice type, have the recipient being the client that you're sending it to, the sender, so the provider. I'm using the package example. If you do have a package where you're sending an invoice for that package, the amount does automatically pre-fill. Any additional notes can be recorded here. And you have the option to save this as a template as well. So if you are frequently sending this similar invoice, you can create this as a template and then enter the template name. Once I select preview invoice, I can see what it looks like when the client receives it. Once I hit create invoice, I have the option to email it to the client, or I can download, print it, maybe give the invoice to the person in front of me. Now, earlier I had mentioned being able to charge a client. In order to use this option, you do have to have a credit card on file for the client. How can you collect that credit card information from your client? There's a few different ways. The first way is using our billing info form. So if I go into the Forms tab, Intake Flows, if you want a credit card on file for all of your clients, I recommend going into that default flow or whatever onboarding flow you're using for your clients. Here's the billing info form, but if you don't have that form already attached to your intake flow, you can go ahead and add the form to your intake flow down here, and you would just search for the form and then add it. To show you what it looks like, it's just asking for the credit card information. So the client would put in the type of card, the credit card number, the expiration date, and the 3-digit code. You do have the option to change this billing disclaimer if you'd like. So by attaching it to the intake flow, once the client is onboarding to work with you and receives their intake flow, they'll be able to fill out that billing info form, and that credit card information will be saved in their file. Alternatively, if you don't have that form attached to your intake flow, you can just go into the person's chart under charting, request form completion, and send the billing info form here. Again, it'll prompt the client to log into their account. Once they do, they'll fill out that form, and it'll save that credit card information in their chart. In the overview section under the financials, you'll see that credit card information here. Another thing that you can do if you're maybe on a discovery call with someone, or maybe they're in front of you and they feel comfortable verbally giving you that credit card information, you can always just ask for the card information and put in the type, and then enter the card number, the expiration date, and the 3-digit code yourself, and press Save Card. So now moving on to packages under Billing, Client Packages. Why would you create a client package? So if you sell bundled services, maybe you have a 3-month coaching package or a 6-month coaching package, you can create a package that comes with several different appointment types and sell those to your clients. If you are in our Practice Plus plan or above, you do have access to programs. If you'd like to sell your programs or have clients automatically enroll in their programs, you would also have to attach those programs to a package. If you are a provider that is using our integration with Quest and you would like your clients to purchase labs so that they could fulfill blood work as part of your practice, you would have to attach those labs to a package. Once the client purchases the lab through the package, they'll receive email confirmation along with instructions on how to fulfill the lab. If you are also selling physical products, you would have to add those products under your Products tab and then attach that product to a package. To create a package, you're just going to hit Create Package on the top right. And here we do give you a few different options for a cover image. If you have your own cover image that you like to use, we do give you some recommendations for best results here. Here you would have to enter the title. So this is required. Let's say Spring into Action. Here you can have a description. It's not required, but maybe a good idea to have a description explaining the benefits of the package, what are the advantages of purchasing a package as opposed to one-off services that you might be offering. So not required, but maybe a good idea. I'm just going to write something here so that you can see what it looks like when we preview this package. Notice that there is a 600 character limit. If you think that you are going to go above that 600 character limit, we do have this option for a video link. So you could record yourself, maybe explaining the benefits of the package, advantages of purchasing this package as opposed to other services and packages that you're offering. And then you can copy that sharing link and paste it here. When the client is viewing this package as an option to buy, they'll be able to watch that video as part of the purchase process. You do have to select who this package is visible to. So is it visible to all of your clients, only clients within certain client groups, or are you maybe hiding this package from everyone for now? You're not ready to sell it. I'm just going to say for this example that this package is available to all clients. Some automations here. If you would like to automatically assign the client to a group when they purchase this package, you can go ahead and turn on this automation and select the group that you would like them to be placed in after they purchase this package. The difference between these two options, so all new clients and existing clients will be placed into this group. Regardless if they're currently assigned to a group or not, they will leave that group and enter this group, or only new clients and existing clients with no group will be assigned to this group when they purchase the package. Once you're happy with all of the things that are under the package information, you're taken to included items where you would be able to include all of the great things that are part of this package. So if I add a few appointment sessions, let's say I'll add a complimentary call, an initial consult, and maybe 10 follow-up sessions. Just a few things that you see here. If you would like to require the client to book an appointment as part of the purchase process, you want to have this button turned on. What will happen is that as the client views all of the things that are included in the package, they'll then book that one appointment and then they will go ahead and purchase the package. If you don't want them to book an appointment, you can just have this option turned off. Keep in mind, if you do want your clients to book more than one appointment, that would be a good scenario to place that information under the description of the package, because while clients are purchasing a package, they can only book one appointment. If you have several appointments here listed, they would have to log back in order to book out the rest of those appointments. Which appointment are they booking at the time of purchase? That depends on what's marked here as bookable. So right now, the way that I have it set here, they'll only be prompted to book that complimentary call. If you have all three options marked as bookable, when the client is viewing the package and booking the appointment, they'll see all three of these appointment sessions as an option, and they can pick which one they want to book first. So technically, they'd be able to book the follow-up appointment before the complimentary call or the initial consult. To avoid that, you just want to make sure that the first appointment that you want to have with them is the only appointment that's marked as bookable. They'll still be able to book out the other appointments, but again, they do have to log into the account after purchasing to do that. Renew here, this just means if this is maybe a subscription package or a membership package where you're charging someone X amount of dollars a month for access to these credits, then every single time that credit card is charged, these credits will be replenished in their account. So for example, if this is a package where I'm charging someone $500 a month, they pay today, they pay 30 days from now, and when they are charged that second time 30 days from now, they'll get one new credit for a complimentary call, another credit for an initial, and 10 credits for a follow-up. I don't want that to happen, so I'm just going to make sure renew is unchecked. Under programs is where you would add the program that you've created if you are on our Practice Plus plan or above. Under products, this is where you would add any physical goods that you're trying to sell. And with labs, this is where you would add those labs that you would like the clients to fulfill. One thing that I do want to mention about the labs is that the base price of the package has to be enough to cover the lab. So if, for example, I were to add a lab, the 17-hydroxyprogesterone, if I press continue, it takes me to the pricing section. As soon as you start entering a number, you'll see that the lab costs and fees are $72. So at minimum, the price for the package has to be $72. It can't be $70 or $40. It can be $100. So you can upsell the package if you'd like, but at minimum, it has to be enough to cover the fees for the lab. Just going back to remove this lab. So under pricing, you have the option to charge one time, weekly, bi-weekly. We give you a few different recurring options here. Keep in mind, if you do something that's monthly or weekly, bi-weekly, you do have to specify the number of billing periods. If you do leave it until canceled, the client's card will be charged indefinitely until they reach out to you letting you know they no longer want to be charged for this package. This is a good option if you are doing a membership service or a subscription service, but clients cannot cancel recurring payments on their own. They do have to reach out to you in order to stop those payments from happening. For this example, let's say this is a one-time payment where I'm charging someone $750. So we are integrated with Stripe, and Stripe will take 2.9% plus 30 cents of every transaction that you make. It's not something that's specific to Healthie, it's just their processing fee standard. Here we'll let you know how much you're getting after Stripe takes their processing fee. You can also see that information in the summary below. You have the option to charge immediately, so the client does have to enter credit card information and pay for the package at the time of purchase, or you have the option to charge later. If you do charge later, or you're having your clients charge later, keep in mind that they will be able to still receive all of the things that are included in this package. You just have to remember to go back in and charge the person for the package at a later date. And then here you have the option to allow this package to be purchased as a gift. Once I hit create package, we let you know that your package has been created, and it will be all the way at the bottom. So here is Spring into Action 2024. So let's say, for example, I wanted to have a payment plan option for this package. I'm well aware that maybe someone might not have $750 to spend at once. If you wanted to create a package where you have a one-time payment option and a, let's say, monthly payment option, you don't have to recreate the package from scratch. You can click the drop down next to view and press copy. And what this will do is copy the entire package over. It's automatically hidden and it has the word copy next to it. So if I press drop down and edit, I'm going to change this to say payment plan. I want this package to be visible to all of my clients. And I'm making sure that requirement is turned on. Under pricing, so if this is the payment plan, this is where you would go to change the frequency. So here I'm going to change it to monthly. Let's say for 7 months, let's charge $115. If you're doing a billing frequency, you do have an option to enable a different price for the first payment. So for example, if you wanted to do $200 the first payment and then $115 every month after that, you can certainly do something like that. And here you would press update. And here are our two packages. If you wanted to share the package, you have a couple of options. First one being that if the person who wants to view this package is already an existing client within your account, all they have to do is log into their account. They have their own packages tab on the left-hand side that they can click on, and as long as the package is viewable to them, they'll be able to see this package as an option to purchase. Another thing, if you're looking to share this package through an email list on your website or social media, you can use this blue share button and copy the sharing link here. And we show you what it looks like at the bottom. You can change the primary color from here. This add to website code is meant if you wanted to embed this piece of code somewhere on your website and the client can view this package just as it is here and purchase it directly from your website. If you wanted to create a link that showed multiple package options, you have the option to, under more, share packages, create a unique link to include the packages that you want to create. If you are in a multi-provider practice, you do have to select which provider's availability you want to show on the package, if not all of your providers. If you're a solo practitioner, you won't see this option to unselect all providers. Under all visible packages, you would just go ahead and select the packages that you want to show. Again, you have this embedded code or the sharing link. So when someone clicks on this link, wherever you're sharing, they'll be able to see these two options and select which one they would like to purchase. Just to show you what this looks like, they'll see the title, the description, all of the things that are included. If you are not having clients book an appointment at the time of purchase, you'll just see here credit card information that they can enter. They would select or confirm the appointment type, confirm the date and time, and then they can enter a promo code if you shared one with them, and here's their payment information that they would put in. And then they would select buy now. If you want to create a promo code to give to your clients, you would do that from the packages tab as well under more, manage promo codes. And here you would create the promo code. So let's just say spring 24. Keep in mind that promo codes are case sensitive. So if you're using all caps, you do want to make sure you communicate that to your clients. You can do a percentage off or an amount off. I'm going to do a percentage. You can have this apply to all of your packages, or you can have it apply to only a few select packages if you'd like. With every payment, you want to be careful, because if you are having the percentage apply to all of your packages and you have monthly, weekly, or whatever recurring packages, this 50% off will apply to every single payment. If you only want it to apply to that first payment, regardless if it's a one-time package or a recurring package, you do want to select one payment. And then you would enter an expiration date or a total usage limit. So if I do a total usage limit, I can market this as something like, first 20 people to use promo code SPRING24 will receive 50% off of any of my packages for that first payment. Or I can do something like, if I enter a date, anyone who uses SPRING24 will receive 50% off of their first payment to any of my packages, expires 4/1/24. So that's another option that you can do. If you have both of these options filled out, so I have total usage limit being 20 or an expiration date, the code will expire with whichever one of these comes first. If I hit create promo code, it does show in alphabetical order. So here is our promo code. And that's it for this class. Thank you for watching. If you are looking for more information on other features of our platform, feel free to register for any of our free live classes, and please take a look at any of our other tutorial videos.